Konnichiwa. O genki desu ka? Alright, so I'm gonna go grab some crepes right now. I'm so excited. Look at my view, look at my view. Ooh, 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 ooh. I showed y'all last night with my GoPro, but Paris est très joli. Let me take a photo here real quick. I originally wanted to do uh like basically show the progress of my Japanese. Um, maybe I learned, okay, I'll try, but I honestly, it's hard for me to say exactly actual sentences. Like, I can say, Watashi wa America jin desu. Um, Kaishain. Or I could say Kaishain desu. That means like office worker. Um, like if someone says Isha wa o bengoshi desu ka, I could be like Iie watashi wa kaishain desu. Like if they ask me if I'm a lawyer, or Isha's like a doctor. Or if someone says gakusei desu ka, I could say Iie, again kaishain desu. Or Daigakuse if they're asking me a university student, or Koko Gokse, or something like that. Oh my gosh, y'all. So my nips are my nails are looking really busted. I literally like split this nail in the middle, and this nail is already cut off in the middle. Yo, it's just, I feel like with gel, it just always happens with my thumbs. But anyways, last night I was chilling downstairs, right? And let me just tell you a little something. I really love being a polyglot because I was just chilling. After I tried to go to a language exchange, ended up not happening. So I'm chilling downstairs. I hear these women talking, and I realize that they're speaking Portuguese. And then I'm looking at them at first. I'm trying to figure out if they're Brazilian or Portuguese, because I'm like, all right, I'm in Europe, so maybe they're just Portuguese. But then they were also like very, very, very like light skin. And I know Brazilians, especially Southern Brazilians, can be white or whatever. But then I realized that I pretty much know the Brazilian accent because I know the Portuguese accent. It's very interesting. But the Brazilian accent to me is pretty smooth. So then I was turned around. I was like, "Você é brasileira? No, I was like, "Você são brasileiras?" And then they were so hype. Like at first I was like talking, and then the lady kept leaning in because she didn't hear what I said, but her daughter like heard me completely. And her daughter's like, yeah, yeah. And her daughter was like, wait, she speaks Portuguese, and they were like, você é brasileira? And I was like, no, eu sou americana. And they were like, de onde você é? And I was like, eu sou do Nova York and stuff like that. And we had a whole conversation, and they were just gassing me. And then I was like, yeah, I need to improve and that sort of thing. I feel like when I'm talking and having a conversation, I feel like my Brazilian Portuguese comes out like so much smoother than like if I'm doing a regular video talking with people, and or like regular video just talking to myself, and then I'm just thinking, or just like nervous and awkward, but like talking to Brazilians, it just comes out like pop, 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 pop. And I don't know, they were gassing me, but I know for sure that like I have a while to go with Brazilian Portuguese. So yeah, so last night I downloaded Linguist, and I don't know if I'm gonna post this or edit this part out. Maybe I'll post this video next week because I wanted to talk about like what I'm about to do. I'm about to do a meditation retreat, but obviously I'm not gonna like post it while y'all know where I am. So yeah, I'm gonna do a not a retreat. Sorry, I'm volunteering for a service retreat right now. Well, later today. So I have to go eat a crepe. Et après ça, je vais prendre un taxi ou un Uber à un pont de Réunion. like a meetup point, dehors la porte de Orléans. Presque une statue là-bas. So there's a meeting point where I can like take the bus that goes to the center. Ooh, edges, edges. Gotta rub that. Yeah, so I haven't moisturized my skin in 2 days, but I used this Korean face mask that was really nice that I got from South Korea last year. And it still has my face kind of glistening. I knew I should have picked up more. When I go to Japan, I'm gonna see if they have like Korean skincare thing there. But yeah, like I was so hyped. I don't know, I just love like being able to speak multiple languages. And I love that I'm finally at 5 languages, because 4 was like, all right, I speak 4. And then they were all kind of similar. So it was like, all right, well, she could speak French because she speaks Spanish, or she could speak Portuguese because she speaks Spanish, da, da, da. But now I'm learning Japanese. And then I'm gonna learn some, I still haven't decided. Oh yeah, and then I think, like I said before, after that, Russian, maybe Amharic. I'm deciding between Amharic and Swahili, but I only really want to learn 7 languages in my life in terms of fluency. Sorry, I just ripped my nail. This hurts. In terms of fluency, so I'm deciding between those two, whichever one I like more. But yeah, anyways, I'm happy. I'm off for the rest of the year. No more work. I'm not on call or nothing. Someone asked me to be on call. I was like, nope, I am not gonna take your on-call shift. I'm trying to. Anyways, ciao ciao. Vous êtes de café et ceux qui enregistré, vous pouvez raccrocher ou Y'all, I got a funny story. Whew, I just woke up and I'm in a hostel because I know I look a mess right now. Because I went to the bus stop for the bus to the Vipassana Center, and I'm there waiting for like an hour, and I'm low-key crying because I don't see a bus. And then I'm like, I'm calling, I'm sending emails, no one's answering. And then finally, after like calling the emergency Vipassana line multiple times, they told me that that it starts the next day, like the course. And then I realized I also booked an extra day in Paris, because normally when I do a course, I like to stay a little bit longer, because that way I could volunteer more. Because typically it would start on a Wednesday evening, and then it would end. Sorry, y'all, I'm just. And then it would end. I got my Tom Ford. Yo, I love Tom Ford. Like, OD, this is tobacco vanille. I low-key spent like so much bread 2 months ago. I bought like so many bottles. But yeah, and so then I'm just like, bro, are you kidding me? So anyway, so I look for the nearest hostel. I come to this hostel. I have no idea why that ended. Like I was saying, I haven't been in a shared hostel in years. I've been sticking to the private room now that I am an older, mature woman. But actually my house is pretty quiet, and it's actually pretty comfortable, at least this one. It's just there's no social environment. Like even the last hostel had more social environment. Like I was talking to people last night. I met some Brazilians, so I was talking to them in Portuguese. Met, some French people, I was talking to them in French. There was a guy who spoke Spanish, but he was talking to someone else, so I didn't want anyone to feel isolated. So I didn't speak in Spanish to him, but yeah, he was Romanian, and he spoke Spanish. I was like, oh shoot, one of my coworkers, he's Romanian. I was like, oh my gosh, you're like the second Romanian I've ever met. Anyways, I decided to book a Timeleft. If you don't know what Timeleft is, a Timeleft is basically a dinner. It's an app. Timeleft is an app where you can meet new people in any city in the world. And I selected my languages to be French and English. I really should have just did French, but low key, I wanted a mix for some reason. So yeah, so we're gonna go to Timeleft dinner. I've done it a few times in New York. I've never done it in another country. So yeah, yo, the way I was tired, bruh. The way I was tired. I might be a few minutes late too. Okay. So yeah, so my course ends on Sunday evening. So that means when I get back Sunday night, I gotta find a hostel. And then on top of that, I'm low-key hoping, I'm like, should I book a hostel? Or should I hope that I meet someone French during my course and they be like, oh, you can come stay with me. That way I could like get a nice local experience, but it's a little too much. Okay. But yeah, let's chat later. Just my luck, my train shut down. So now I gotta take a 40-minute Uber basically.
My French was butchered.
Yeah, but with the majority speaking French, you know, English is the big.
Easily, I mean, you could easily.
Let me take you to the movie show.